Right now, it's time for a conversation with Father. I'm going to make you a priest now, Pete. It's Professor Peter Sibilio, Bible Basics for a Life Fully Lived. Good morning to you, Professor Pete.
Good morning. Others have tried, but I'm sure I'm always getting thrown out. So, it's like we can do better than that.
I don't think so.
Hey, if you ever have trouble getting on the air, just have me record a show, and then Dr. Ray will say, no, we're definitely going with you.
Oh, you and Ray would be fun. That would be a fun episode.
Well, it was funny when you were doing, Today in History. Poor Richard Nixon. I feel he's underrated because of that scandal.
Yeah.
But after that, for years, I had a big comeback again in the 80s as a spokesperson. But, he tried to launch even a soap that failed. It was going to be called Watergate.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's true.
That's ridiculous.
I know. Well, see, it didn't take the stink away. It just put the blame on somebody else.
Say that one again. It didn't take the stink away. What?
It just put the blame on somebody else.
That's great.
Oh, that's funny.
But I got to tell you, I do Bible Basics, and I'm like, oh, God, I don't know if I have enough stuff. And then I look at the clock, and I'm already recording, and it's 3 minutes and 50 seconds. And then I'm like, oh, how am I ever going to get through? Well, I'll save it for Life Fully Lived.
Oh, yeah.
And then I look at the clock, and I'm like, I'm over that too. And then same thing happened last week. You gave me a whole hour, and I never even got to Sacred Heart.
You just keep it coming. That's right.
Didn't do Sacred Heart.
There's so much knowledge in there.
Didn't do Sacred Heart of Mary. And so I thought, let's do a little bit of both today.
Love it.
Great.
Their hearts beat for us. And, we always have to ask, do our hearts beat for them? Because, hey, it's the season, folks. We remember. And, it's almost like everything begins with this truth that God is love. And Jesus is as much love made flesh as word made flesh. And so his heart is sacred. And that's one beautiful thing you get from the Old Testament, is that's where we sort of link our full being with our heart. The Hebrew word for heart, lev or levav, over 800 times in the Old Testament. And we see Deuteronomy 6, Deuteronomy 7. Israel, you have to set your heart on the Lord because he's already set his heart on yours, on you. And we have that wonderful Shema, because it starts out with Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Ehad. Wa'ahavta et Adonai Eloheinu b'kol levavka.
Easy for you to say.
I know. I didn't say babka, right? But it's levavka. Set your whole heart on the Lord. And sure enough, how does Jesus, even before he begins his public ministry, right? He goes out into the wilderness, has a showdown with Satan, and he says, this is how I'm going to end it with you. You're throwing these tests at me. I want you to remember, you must love the Lord your God with your whole heart, your whole being, your whole strength, right? He brings that back to us. He bases his whole ministry on that. And so, of course, starting with the cross, and in the early days of the church, that's where these visions of Jesus's suffering, Jesus's wounds, and eventually these visions of his sacred heart start gurgling up in the lives of the faithful. And so when we finally establish the feast day of the Sacred Heart, it's almost like, well, what's been taking you so long? Right? By the time we have these wonderful visions from Sister Gertrude of Hefta, Sister Margaret Mary Alacoque, and Mary of the Divine Heart, right? These wonderful visions that are so famous that always seem to share this bright red beating heart of Jesus with both the crown of thorns and at the same time the fire of God's love, right? It's almost like, well, these things have been happening and I've been sending you this message through the church for all this time, that finally by the end of the 1500s, when this is made a great solemnity of the church, God must be saying, it's about time. Now go live it. And just as that is happening, you start to get more and more visions of Mary's Sacred Heart and the wonderful spiritual gifts that she brings. And of course, it's really through her heart and her body that we get to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And all of this finally comes together. 1965, we finally have back to back the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And then the very next day, that Saturday, right, we celebrate forevermore until we're together with them again, the Sacred Heart of Mary. Oh, I almost got it in. I think I got it in. You think this is ordinary time? Are you kidding? Yeah. I told you. Pentecost is not just a Sunday, it's a season. It is our season. It is not an end, it is a beginning. My goodness, Trinity Sunday, Corpus Christi, Immaculate Heart of Jesus, Immaculate Heart of Mary. My goodness, this is our ministry, this is our mission, this is our moment.
I love it.
Love it. Fabulous. Now, look, I put out earlier that we'd love to hear your thoughts, your ideas, your likes, your dislikes of morning offering. There are some untouchables. Mr. Finn is untouchable. Even as much as you would like it, or not like it, I'm untouchable. We got to stay. Our names are on the thing. Yeah. It's morning offering with Dave and Ron and Dave. So we can't go anywhere. But Professor Pete is also untouchable.
That's right. That's
oh,
right.
darn.
Stuff.
I thought I was going to get to sleep late. I still didn't get to my show idea. We'll save that for next week. Next week, house cleaning. Spring, summer house cleaning. What do you think?
Oh, I like it.
That's good to me. I'll be sick that day.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Professor Peter Sibilio.